All right. Yes, we are here. Hello and welcome, everybody. I'm David Burrows here, and we're broadcasting live on the Video Show Network and on the Show with David Burrows, Sarnia District and Labor Council, Facebook page, on YouTube. We're everywhere today because this is an important day to celebrate. We're celebrating the 118th annual celebration here in Sarnia, one of the longest and usually most attended celebrations of Labor Day. And of course, with COVID-19, the crowds of typically 4,000 to 5,000 people coming out and enjoying the parade and celebrating labor, in addition to the large attendance from all those involved in labor. We're having to do something a little bit different this year, of course. So we thank you for joining us. We hope you will, wherever you're watching from, please click the share button to spread this around all through Facebook and YouTube to make sure that we get as much of the celebration out there as we can. Obviously from a undisclosed location, which I'll probably figure out at some point, but for obvious reasons we had to do it that way. But we're going to be seeing attendance of our labor representatives. We're going to see some really cool classic cars out here today, and thanks to the Sarnia District Labor Council for working together and putting this on, and we're happy to be here as a part of this celebration of labor here today. And I've got lots of messages here that I've been given and asked to read, as we're not able to have everybody represented the way we normally would, as I've mentioned. But I've got one here from the Ontario Nurses Association that I'll read off to you, or ONA. They are a proactive union committed to improving the economic welfare and quality of work life for their members to enable them to provide high-quality health care. They were founded in 1973. ONA Local 19 represents approximately 730 members in all sectors of healthcare, which makes up 11 bargaining units, including hospitals, long-term care, home care, family health teams, and public health. And their messages: they salute organized labor, workers' rights, and solidarity. Just one of the messages here today in celebrating Labor Day. Happy Labor Day, everybody. Thanks for joining us here. We're going to be getting things here in just a few moments, so stay with us. Yeah, all right, getting underway here in just a few moments, and we got some pictures here that I'll just show you as well. This is obviously from previous years. You know, you can see many of the crowds that would normally be out enjoying themselves and participating in the Labor Day celebrations, and obviously, for obvious reasons, things looking just a little bit different this year, right? So, but we're glad that you're here joining us today as the 118th celebration here in Sarnia, that's put on today by the Sarnia District Labor Council. And We'll be having some classic cars coming through as part of this today, and the union representatives are here. We will be talking with some representatives. Get my notes where I can see everything. It's a little windy here today, but Jason Mcmichael, who's president of the Sarnia District Labor Council, will be here. John Swart from Sarnia Building Trades, and Michelle Lalong Davey, president of CUPE 1238, the educational workers, will be here to talk to us coming up in a little bit. And you watching may be a part of all of this. Maybe you're someone who's been given opportunity for you and your family because of labor and trades, and just lots of reasons, here in Sarnia especially, with really having its own economy here. Lots of families being provided for with their jobs and creating its own economy, really, it's been said here in Sarnia. So we're very grateful that we're able to be here today to bring you this live broadcast celebration, which we're going to be getting under in just a few minutes. We are a little bit delayed as planned, but that usually happens, right? Local 793 is the International Union of Operating Engineers, and they represent more than 17,200 highly skilled crane and heavy equipment operators and industrial and mine production workers in Ontario and Nunavut. Local 793 continues to improve the lives of its members and their families through growing a strong union that provides quality and progressive collective agreements. Through strong leadership, Local 793 has stepped up to the challenges of COVID-19 and the pandemic, and to keep its members safe and supported. The local led the way on the job site safety checks to ensure members are safe and healthy. Now, it looks like we might be getting things underway here. And I will apologize if I don't get to all the messages here. We may have to leave that till the end, but we will get to them. And again, we'll have some representatives coming up to join us. Please click that share button, spread it around so everybody can enjoy this. And we're going to give you the best view that we possibly can here in just a moment. Of course, the Canadian flag and car coming up your way here now is driven by Howard Lanning. Gotta have the horn. Starting things off here today for the 118th Labor Day celebration. Wave to everybody, Howard. Coming through. And then coming through there as well now, you can see in just a moment, we will have Jason Mcmichael from Liuna, representing Liuna today. Also president of the Sarnia and District Labor Council here today. There's the horn that we love to hear. Antique car. And some more representatives from your locals here today from Liuna 1089. Gentlemen, hello. Going to try to give you as many angles as we can here today, so make it as exciting as we can. It's important to celebrate this 118th Labor Day celebration. And coming through here now, this is a 1928 Ford Model A driven by our friend Kip McMillan. Hello, Kip. Thanks for being here today. All these riders coming out on their own to give representation here today. We're grateful. IBU 530 coming through here, representing and wave representation here today. We're grateful. Ibu 530 coming through here, representing and waving to us now. Great to have you here. Happy Labor Day. Fantastic. Here's one. This is cool, eh? Mike Hudson coming through with his 1952 Ford. Thank you, Mike, for being here today, celebrating Labor Day. Fantastic. Which one of these do you want? Happy Labor Day. Jerry Harlick. Jerry's driving a 1965 Mustang. That's cool. Rev it up. There we go. There we go. The purple coming through here. Coopy 1238. Very good. Happy Labor Day to you.
Happy Labor Day.
They're happy to be here today. We'll be talking with a representative from their group today as well. And in loving memory of Tyler Fugard, local 793 coming through here today. Hello, thanks for being here today. And some more, the International Union of Operating Engineers, local 793. Happy Labor Day, gentlemen. Thanks for being here today. And here is an important group in our community. Happy Labor Day, Sean Robbins and Crime Stoppers. Thanks for being here today, Crime Stoppers. They have two vehicles coming through here today, supported by Automax. And Sarnia Lambton Crime Stoppers, an important part of our community for sure. Happy Labor Day. An important part of our community, Sarnia Lambton Crime Stoppers, and thanks to Automax for their support. And you gotta have a fire truck. You just gotta have a fire truck. Also supported by Sarnia Lambton Crime Stoppers. And this is Rich Coleman in his 1965 Thunderbird. Wow, what a beauty. Which one of these do I want to take home today? And of course, the Boilermakers, Local 128. Happy Canada Day. No, not Canada Day, Labor Day. Did I say Canada? What's Canada Labor Day? That's what I meant to say. And here's a nice Monte Carlo SS coming through here as well. Happy Labor Day. Thanks for coming through here today. That's a sweet ride. Some more here today. Carpenter's Local 1256 coming through here today. Nice Cutlass coming through to celebrate. Good to have you here today. And some more coming through to celebrate Labor Day with us here today. The Ontario Nurses Association, as we talked about earlier. Happy Labor Day. You can see it's all good. Jess Beauchamp in a 1978 Chevy van. And more coming through here to celebrate Labor Day here today. Hello. Here's a beauty coming through. Dale's 56. Dale Hodges in a 1956 Ford 100. Thanks for coming through here today, and happy Labor Day. United Sheet Metal Workers also participating and representing today. And looks like a 1967 Chevette. Beautiful. Happy Labor Day. And local 1590 following along behind. I know it was important to the Sarnia District Labor Council to be able to put this on here today to celebrate the 118th celebration, annual celebration. And our iron workers, local 700 coming through. Happy Labor Day. You know, a big part of this as well is not just the workers, but the families of the workers, or some are participating here today as well. Dave Bell in a 1975 Chevy Malibu, classic, beautiful. I remember I had a four-door one of those. Great to have the participation here today of all our representatives. Sarnia Firefighters Association here today as well. And our parade marshal coming through. Can't have a parade without a parade marshal. Happy Labor Day. Good to see you.
Early childhood educators.
Sorry, I apologize. I was muted. We'll start again.
Oh, perfect.
I can't have a perfect live stream, right? Again, Michelle Lalonde Davey, from president of CUPE 1238. You were doing really good. It was me that messed up here today. And you represent educational workers, but tell us just who all you do represent.
Right. So we're the education workers in the Lambton-Kent District School Board. We are the ECEs, custodians, library workers, school board office workers, psychoeducational clinicians, speech and path, communicative disorders assistants, and on and on and on.
How do you remember all of that?
I don't list everybody every time, so my apologies to those who weren't on the list today.
That's okay.
But we are the backbone. We make the school system work. We've been working since March. It's really important that people know that our members have been in there securing a safe and healthy return to work for all staff and students.
And obviously, you know, Michelle, for many different areas in life, there's challenging times for sure. But you know, back to school has come around, and it's sort of history being made, I guess, if you will. And I know it seems like everything on the outside is being done as much as possible with the unknown to make sure that everything is going to be safe. But what's your perspective on this and the representation of CUPC with this?
So I agree with you 100%. And the lens that we're all going to, or we wish everyone to put on this school year, is a health and safety lens, right? Health and safety has been so important in labor through history, right? We laborers, workers, really were very involved in creating health and safety legislation. So if we can put on a health and safety lens, recognize that everyone's doing their very best, and identify any hazards along the way, collaboratively, things can get solved.
Sure. And I guess, you know, like I know my first day of school a long time ago, but it was mom and dad said, how was your first day? What happened? That question is going to be a lot different for parents this year as their children come home. Is there anything you can offer to the parents? Like, how do we handle this?
So I would say to the parents, please know that the QP 1238 education workers are doing their very best to secure that safe and healthy workplace.
Yeah.
And I think as parents, we just encourage the kids with their good hand hygiene and keep it as air quote normal as you're
Right.
saying. And how was today? I bet you it was different. Tell me what was different.
Sure.
And just be positive, be supportive. Keep the positive energy. If you're going to start tearing down,
Yeah.
how it's looking, because it's different. It's just so
We need
important to build each other
We
up.
need as much positive energy as we can get right now.
100%.
And I would guess that the conversation as well would be because, the element in all of this is human touch, hugging.
Mm-hmm.
And children like to help each other and care and hug and all that sort of stuff. So I guess maybe we parents need to have those conversations too about why maybe we can't do that right now.
And redefine how it looks, because you surely can still give that good energy and exchange it back and forth. I know there's tons of posters and ideas on
Yeah.
the internet, like elbow and finger waves, and there's just all kinds of ways that you can still engage physically distant and positive energy.
Yeah, very good. Michelle, thanks so much. Any further message you want to put out before we let you go?
No, just, everyone have a great Labor Day. We thank everyone who participated. We realize not everybody can. And I thank all the workers in Sarnia Lambton because, we rock our communities, and thanks so much.
Yeah, very good. Thanks, Michelle, for your work here as well. Very good.
And you know what? Watch out for that dog.
Oh, yeah, sure. There's animals walking around here. And John, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want me to say something, Doug?
Yeah, come on over here, John.
Gonna
We
watch
were
out for the-
we were getting to know each other a little earlier there, and
Yeah.
you're with the Sarnia Building Trades, right?
Yeah, I'm the president.
John Swartz, and I know I'm repeating myself, but this is really different this year. Normally we would see thousands of people lined up downtown Sarnia, families appreciating the jobs that they have and their what's your message this year?
This message, a number of our affiliates are been directed not to attend,
Yeah.
and we all respect that.
Yeah.
Respect their families and being the social distancing here, and
Yeah.
nobody can view us other
Yeah.
than through television.
Thank good for technology.
Yeah, yeah. So to us, it's more or less it's like our job site, social distancing and
Yeah.
and limiting the crowds.
Yeah, safety is obviously the important factor in all of this, right?
Yeah, and I want to point out too that within the building trades locally, and our contractors and our clients, our industry, we meet every Tuesday social by Zoom meeting.
By Zoom, yeah.
And we keep everybody informed and try to keep everybody safe, and we get manpower issues, anything like that.
Mhm.
So the whole community, the work-wise in the building
Yeah.
trade sector is working together for
Yeah.
the community. And
Communication is important, right? We
Yes,
still have to
very.
stay in touch with all the
Yeah.
workers and everyone else too. Important, obviously, to have this celebration. As you probably know, this is the 118th year celebration in
Right.
Sarnia, and one of the longest running in Sarnia, I understand, as well. What does that mean to you?
Well, it's I'm proud to be from this area, and proud to be representing our building trades, and
Yeah.
my local also marching every year.
Yeah.
And this year I know you probably noticed that hard hats, the helmets are here.
Yeah.
Joe Mahoney, he's a Boilermaker. He's been walking in parades for, I think he said 47 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, so he didn't want to miss out. Usually he goes to Toronto, right? So
Right.
I'm glad we got one up on him.
There you go. There you
Yeah.
go. Well, thank you so much for being here and the work that you do. Any final messages before we let you go, John?
Everybody's got to, work together and go through all these hurdles coming up. Winter's coming and more enclosed people areas and everything else. For our part, we're going to try to make sure that everybody's safe out working.
Very good.
Okay.
John, thanks so much for being
Thanks,
here.
Dave.
Appreciate
Bye-bye.
it. And John Swartz joining us here, and we're going to yell at that guy over there for me, John. Jason Mcmichael's going to come over here. Again, the importance of representing here today, of Sarnia District Labor Council. They had a lot of conversations in the beginning as to what were they going to do, what was this going to look like, and it was great that we were able to, collaborate together and make things work. And now joining us here, one of the leads of the parade here today, Jason Mcmichael. Thanks for being here, Jason.
Oh, Dave, it's a real privilege to be here. Thanks for doing what you're doing.
Yeah, well, it's important, I know. You and I have had many conversations. We talked to you on the show last week. Sarnia District Labor Council, which you're president of, and you're also part of LIUNA at Local 1089.
That's correct.
Talk about when this first all came around and knowing, and I know your passion. You're going to get a real passionate voice here, and that's great. What the heck are we going to do?
Yeah, it was. We weren't sure. You know, we've got such great support from our office manager, who's our real leader, and that's Arlene Patterson.
Yeah, she's great.
I couldn't do anything.
She's still working. We won't get her stopped.
I couldn't do any of the stuff that I have the privilege of doing if we didn't have her keeping us going. So first and foremost, I want to thank Arlene for all the work she did to put this all together. She was...
Wave to the camera, Arlene. She's like, yeah, get me off camera.
She's not only a pillar within Labor Council, but she's a real pillar in our community, and we're lucky to have her. So
yeah. A lot of pillars here today. You know, obviously the representation. I was just talking to John. You know, normally downtown Sarnia we'd have like 4,000 or 5,000 people watching. Never mind the thousands that participate in that parade.
Yeah, it's true. It's it was really important to us that although we weren't going to be able to do what we would normally do with that big parade, like I said, it's the longest running parade in Canada. It's one of the largest in Canada. Only Toronto and Ottawa are bigger parades than ours.
Right. Considering their size compared to us, we're really number one.
Absolutely. Per capita, we're easily number one. And, you know, we wanted to make sure we did something to recognize not only all the work that workers have done and all the gains, but the fights and the struggles. And that,
right.
And that it's been a struggle for workers going back, 118 years.
Mm-hmm.
We're 118 years doing this. And like I said, we've
through wars.
Right. We've overcome struggles with everything from, like you said, wars, struggles for health and safety. I heard Michelle talking earlier about how important health and safety is. You know, we've made real gains, and it's important to recognize that. And although it was a short walk today, I spent my time reflecting on the workers.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah.
There's been a lot of leadership with Sarnia District Labor Council. I know you've got some that you would call a mentor, I guess, and Des Bradley would be one of those.
Absolutely.
Talk about the past leadership of all of this.
Yeah, from previous to me, Ted Hext, Ray Filion. Of course, I always mention Des Bradley, who was my first union representative when I was 14 years old. I was a member of the Steelworkers Union, and I always tell the story that when Des Bradley walked in the room, the first meeting that I was at, I had no idea who he was. I just knew that the way people gravitated to him, I just wanted to be him.
Right.
I didn't know that he was our rep. I didn't know what exactly kind of work he did. I just knew that I wanted people to respond to me the way everyone responded to him. And he was a real mentor. And like I said, Sarnia is better for having had him here.
100%. Thanks for sharing that. Jason, I know you probably want to go enjoy the rest of the day. Any final messages before we let you go?
I'm so honored. I'm so honored. It's such a privilege, not only to be able to be the president of this amazing labor organization, Sarnia District Labor Council. It's such a privilege to be a member of my own union. I'm now for quite some time been a member of LIUNA Local 1089 here in Sarnia.
Yeah.
It's just a real privilege to see and recognize all the good work that the unions are doing in Sarnia. These folks, they're not just going to work to keep your lights on. They're not just going to work to build your roads and your sewers. They're doing so much more. They do so much charity work that whenever there's a calling, these folks are the first ones to respond. And the really incredible women and men of the Sarnia District Labor Council and of the unions in Sarnia, it's a real privilege to be part of this group. So
fantastic.
Happy Labor Day to everyone. Happy Labor Day to you, Dave. Thanks for everything you're doing. Thanks. And all the best.
Thanks for your leadership as well.
Thank
Jason
you so
Mcmichael
much.
for being here today. And yeah, we appreciate you. We'll let you go. You can run away now.
Thanks so much.
And there you have it. We had a nice display, some classic cars down here at Mike Weir Park, and we saw lots of representation of the laborers here as well. And I've just got a couple more messages that I was given that I want to make sure I get through so I don't leave anybody out. We're talking, the United Steelworkers had a message as well, which was their union, the USW, is the largest private sector union in North America with over 225,000 members in Canada and 800,000 members continent-wide. The USW is Canada's most diverse union, representing women and men working in every sector of the economy. So thank you, United Steelworkers. and United Auto Workers. On behalf of the UAW Local 251, they want to extend their best wishes to all UAW members in Ontario and to all unions as they celebrate Labor Day. In these unprecedented times, we come together to celebrate our victories and stand together to ensure the voices of our nation's workers and never be silent. Stay safe and stay strong. Once again, from the United Auto Workers. And that will do it for this year's celebration. We hope that you enjoyed this broadcast. We were happy to be asked to be here today. And as always, I'm David Burrows from the Video Show Network. Please take the time. This will be available on replay, so take the time to share this around so that others can enjoy this broadcast that we were able to bring to you today. Until next time, thanks for watching. I'm David Burrows. Bye for now.
Record time, you ready?